Ray J finally broke the silence on Whitney's death, and he claims that he was never even there.
It's like, okay, just go with Whitney. I love Whitney. I was with Whitney every day. She was one of the most important people to me. Just saying that I was in the room when she died. Bro, that's the biggest cap I've ever heard.
Ray just shook the room. On Cam Newton's Funky Friday podcast, he sat down and finally aired out the rumors that have haunted him for over a decade, the ones tying his name to Whitney Houston's tragic death. And he didn't hold back. Now here's what's wild. Ray J says this might be his last interview ever.
So I think today would be my last day if they seen this interview.
That alone had people tuning in, but what he dropped next had people stunned. He flat out said, "I wasn't even there," referring to the day Whitney was found dead in her Beverly Hilton hotel suite back in 2012. And just like that, Ray J went from silent bystander to front and center defender, shutting down the decades-old whispers that he had anything to do with Whitney's passing. But why now? Here's the deal. Ray J said he kept quiet for years because he didn't see the point. He believed the truth would speak for itself. But according to him, the accusations just kept growing louder, more toxic. He said it hit a point where people were flat out calling him a murderer, not just blaming him for being around bad energy, but actually accusing him of supplying the drugs that led to Whitney's accidental drowning. To make me that person when I wasn't even there, and then to put murder on top of that, that's what Ray said, and the pain was clear. He seemed hurt, tired, and honestly fed up. So let's clear it up right now. Ray J says he never took any substances with Whitney. He made that crystal clear. When Cam tried to dig deeper, asking if he ever saw her doing drugs alone, Ray dodged. He stayed quiet. Some folks are taking that as him hiding something, but others see it as him protecting her legacy, even now. Still, the silence over the years did a lot of damage. As you guys probably know, Ray and Whitney were romantically involved at the time of her death. And because of that closeness, conspiracy theories popped up fast. Fans, tabloids, even industry insiders whispered about what really happened that night. And somehow, Ray's name kept getting dragged in, even though official reports ruled Whitney's death an accident tied to heart disease and use of white. But it gets messier because Ray J didn't just come out of hiding to defend himself on a random day. He picked this moment and this platform very strategically. Clips from the interview are blowing up on Instagram and TikTok, with fans dissecting every word. It's almost like Ray J wanted this to be the final word. One last statement to clear his name, once and for all. But here's the question nobody's asking. Why now? Why wait 13 years to finally speak? Maybe he didn't think people would believe him, or maybe he's sitting on something deeper that he's not ready to share. When someone says this is their last interview ever, it doesn't sound like someone who's got nothing left to say. It sounds like someone trying to control how the story ends. And while Ray J swears he had nothing to do with Whitney's death, one thing is crystal clear. Her passing left behind a mystery that still doesn't sit right with a lot of people.
Ross just fired back at 50 Cent, and this time it's personal. What started as a petty yacht video just turned into a full-blown war over identity, loyalty, and the women in their lives. It all kicked off when 50 Cent posted a now-deleted clip showing Ross on a yacht, arms around an unknown figure. Without hesitation, 50 captioned it, "Your man was looking real saucy kissing that boy on that boat. That's not AI." And just like that, the post exploded, with many speculating about Ross's sexuality. But instead of brushing it off, Ross came in swinging. On Instagram Live, Rick Ross clarified that the person in the video wasn't a man at all, but a black, beautiful woman. And he didn't stop there. He accused 50 of being obsessed with his lifestyle, and even putting 50 on blast by saying, "I hope you don't have anything against black, beautiful women, Curtis. What are you really trying to say here?"
Curtis. You're so infatuated with my lifestyle. You see me out on the yacht with a black, beautiful woman, and I hope you don't have anything against black, beautiful women, Curtis.
At this point, Ross didn't just defend himself, he flipped the script entirely to kind of make it look like 50 was shading the woman he was with just because she was black and masculine. But it only got worse cause while everyone knows 50 and Diddy don't see eye to eye, Rick Ross insinuated that behind the scenes, 50 Cent has alleged ties to Diddy's inner circle. According to Ross, one of the anonymous witnesses in Diddy's legal situation was allegedly 50's baby mama, but we now know all that was capped now that Diddy's hearing has come and gone. Either way, Rick Ross used that as a much-needed ammunition against 50 at the time of their beef. But it didn't stop there. Ross just kept going all in on 50, to as far as calling him a 304. And then came the low blow. In what many are calling his most vicious jab yet, Ross went after 50's late mother, saying, "Make her one of them walking stars they put down there." how your mama lived. But if that attack crossed a line, Ross didn't seem bothered. He went even further, threatening to buy 50's master recordings, mocking his stalled movie studio in Louisiana, and calling out the loans 50 allegedly couldn't secure. The whole rant sounded like a man who wasn't just defending his name, he was making sure 50 never messes with him ever again. Fast forward to recently, and Rick Ross was still at it, and had a perfect timing to prove 50 Cent wrong. Because shortly after Ross clapped back, he stepped out in public with his new girlfriend, Jasmine Kendrick. They were spotted together at the Clarissa Shields fight in Detroit, front row at the match, then side by side at the after party. It wasn't just a soft launch, but rather a direct challenge when Ross showed up, in person, with the said same woman people were speculating about online. And just like that, the narrative shifted. Now everyone watching Ross can literally see how Ross calculated his moves. Cause after months of silence and tension bubbling in the background, it's Ross who now seems to have the upper hand. And with 50 deleting posts, dodging direct responses, and dealing with his own growing pile of drama, this round didn't go the way he thought it would.